Hello, welcome. Day 20. Align and shine. Inner alignment 2025. Feeling the call, the inner call of the heart and the soul, the higher self and the divine to remember who you truly are at your essence before all the conditioning and the patterns and the programs and the belief systems, the you beyond all of that, and yet experiencing through the human. So breathe into that, my darling humans of enoughness. I am enough. The sweetness of enough. I am. The surrendering, the letting go, the proving, the pressure, the not enoughness, the too much. Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's true. Just because it's normal, and how society has been pretty much perpetuated on that deep sense of not enoughness or too muchness. The ones who are feeling too much hide and hold back, and the ones who are not enough strive, pressure, prove to acquire more. Then I'll be lovable. Then I'll be enough. But as we know, people with the most can be the most miserable and empty because it's not true. So it can't be true. If it was, if all the material stuff really, even the lover, brought absolute fulfillment, it can maybe for a while, of course. But if it did, we'd never keep asking the deeper questions. We'd never realize that it's not that. Whatever we believed it was, it's not that. So that is the experience that we all move through. We experience whatever we experience, and hopefully we gather a bit of wisdom and distill it down, and realize it's the simple stuff. It's a twinkle in the eye, it's a smile, it's the warmth of the radiant sun shining, the beautiful views. So blessed. This is the Coromandel here in New Zealand. So blessed to be here now. The expansive views, the sunlight, being grateful. I've even got myself a little glass of wine. Embracing my perfect, imperfectly divine human self in the sweet mastery. As we come into our mastery, we realize it's just all energy and vibration. So it's all about intention. So I also bring this glass of beautiful wine, organic yumminess, to be an example as well, that it's not what we do, it's the intention, why we do it. It's always the why. Why do we do it? Sometimes we don't realize why we do things. We do it because that's what we've seen growing up. That's what others do. We've watched others and we just copycat. Or we picked it up somewhere. Maybe we were told it in school or college, or a friend, a parent. So not what we do, why we do it. Again, it's like our motivation. I talked about motivation yesterday in my 19B video. 2 videos on day 19, which made up for the day I missed on day 18, Align and Shine. I talked about motivation is, it has its place. However, often motivation is running from a deeper fear, a fear to avoid something. So that's the motivation. That's what's driving. That's the deeper why. And as we evolve and as we deepen in our self-acceptance, as we heal the aspects of self that have believed themselves to be not enough, or perhaps felt shamed or judged So obviously there mustn't be enough or acceptable in this or other timelines, lifetimes. Those energies start to calibrate in our system and to bring into coherence, to really bring ourselves into coherence. And that's the game right now. You're going to notice that those who are living in greater coherence, not the dissonance. So that means we've done the healing work. That means we have been meditating, even with a glass of wine. That can be quite meditative as long as I'm bringing presence and consciousness to it and intentionality. Now, if I drink this wine, as I used to once upon a time, initially, I wrote a blog many, many years ago, was called Thank God for Drugs and Alcohol. And the reason that was because I was recognizing that in those moments, alcohol initially and then drugs later actually was expansional for me. Because after being brought up in Catholicism and fear of God and guilt and shame, it was a way to get out of my head and just let my hair down, as it has been for many Irish people, and just have fun. And just have fun. So I'm so grateful I was brought up in a culture where alcohol was primarily, can't say how it is now, but primarily it was about having fun. It was about meeting the community. It was about connection. It was truly about connection. Those are I have some of the happiest memories. I've the memories of being, out in the pub, Irish dancing, Irish music, chatting, and just happy folk. People were happy. My father was happy, telling stories, and that's what I grew up with. So that was a positive. It was a positive. It was the antidote. It was the medicine. It was the healing. It was the balance from the harsh Catholicism and the going to confessions and the heaviness of the overlays of the church, of the dogma, of feeling, or being told inherently that we're unworthy and sinful. So then we do our Hail Marys, da 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 da, head off to the pub and relax, feeling guilt free for a few hours, maybe waking up for the hangover the next day. But generally, initially, in my intention it was about having a good time, just being merry, not getting out of my head. Now, years later, when I worked in a bar, I actually was really, yeah, just, yeah, really a sense of being lost and being bored, actually, being super, super bored in this bar, working in this bar. And yeah, so I wasn't living my passion. And yeah, I got bored and I started drinking. At first, it was just a Bailey and a coffee, and then it was more until I got so drunk I fired myself. And afterwards, I would just drink to get out of my head. And it was not a nice drunk. It was not a nice drunk. I nearly got Steve arrested one night, and I was aggro, and because I was not conscious. I was not conscious. So who knows what was running the show? And it was like my why was to not be conscious really. So again, now when I have a glass of wine, it's to be very conscious and enjoy every sip, and also just to relax and enjoy the moment, but also tune in. Is it for my highest good to have a glass of wine? Some days it is, some days it's not. So again, it's also not overriding my body wisdom or my intuitive faculties to really tune in and go, is it, is it aligned right now?